So Orson Welles said that on the radio and through the medium of playwrightship, and everyone panicked. Everyone panicked. They said, "Oh Christ, they're taking over the world. We're all going to die." I don't know why people assume that just because aliens have arrived, we're all going to die. That seems like a rather defeatist attitude to me. If aliens arrive, let's all just agree not to rush into anything. We'll have a little meeting online somewhere. We'll go on to, oh, what's that thing out where everybody has their meetings on now online? We'll go on to one of them and we'll say, the aliens are here. How would anybody like to offer any opinion on how we should deal with them? Everybody will have their opinions. That's the great thing about the internet. You can access millions of opinions all in one go. So we'll take our time. So then we'll have everyone at this meeting stand up and say what they think we should do about these aliens. We'll get a cross section of society. I'm sure there'll be people who stand up and say, "I don't think we should do anything about these aliens." What's the problem? It's not illegal to be a Martian or wherever they are. Are they Martians? They're probably not. If they were Martians, they've spent a hell of a lot of time getting here, I can tell you. We've got to Mars before they got here. That doesn't say much about their abilities, does it? Or maybe they're just shy or antisocial, I suppose. I suppose it's possible that someone who lives on another planet could be antisocial. The people who we're planning on sending to Mars are most likely extremely antisocial. They're mostly antisocial people on the planet. That's why they're going off to Mars. They're saying, Elon Musk is bringing us to Mars. He's so antisocial, he's probably not even going to come with us. He's going to send us all off and we'll go off to Mars on our little spaceship. We'll call it a spaceship. It's not really a ship. It's not sailing. It's flying. Except it's not doing that either. So it's not flying either. It's neither sailing nor flying. Well, what are you supposed to call it? A space car? I suppose you should. Maybe you should call spaceships space cars. Or I know they don't have wheels on them, but they could. We could put wheels on them. Yeah, now that you mention it, didn't Elon Musk put one of his cars into space? He put one of his, what are they called, Tulsa or Telsa or something. He took off one of his cars and he put it into space. He said, I've made this car. I'm going to put it into space to prove that my car can go into space. And everyone said, oh, that's great. We admire you for this. You put a car into space as one of the finest achievements ever achieved by man. And then he went and took over Twitter. He said, I'm going to take over Twitter now. We're going to call it something else. I'm going to call it something else. And then I'm going to name my child after it. And then I'm going, this is beneath me. It's beneath me. I shouldn't be trying to mock a human being. That's not what we do on this podcast. We don't mock human beings like that. Not individuals anyway. So no. Anyway, we have the meeting and everyone stands up and says their piece. They'll say, I don't think we should do anything about the aliens. And then the next person will stand up and say, I think we should do something about the aliens. And then the next person will stand up and say, I don't agree. I mean, I agree we should do something about the aliens, but I don't agree with the previous speaker on what it is we should do about the aliens. And then the previous speaker will stand up and say, I didn't say what we should do about the aliens. I just said we should do something about the aliens. So you are agreeing with me when you say we should do something about the aliens. And the other person will stand up again and say, no, I didn't. I said that we should do something about the aliens, but I didn't say we should do whatever the same thing you're thinking of doing is. I didn't say that, nor did I say what specific thing I want to do about the aliens is. I didn't even specify whether or not I have something specific in mind. So how you can determine whether or not you and I are in agreement or disagreement, I don't know. I don't know at all. Maybe I should sit down and shut up and let you say your piece and say what you think we should do about the aliens. And then the other fellow will stand up and say, oh, I don't think you should do that at all. Because I said we should do something about the aliens, but I didn't really have anything in mind. I was just... I know that makes it sound like a useless non-opinion, but it's not. I'm expressing the opinion that we shouldn't not do anything about the aliens. We should do something. I just don't know what yet. Maybe I will at some point. Maybe I'll shut my face and listen to the next few hundred speakers and then I'll form an opinion. And then we can all have a vote at the end or something, or we can go around everyone a second time. But no, let's not I was expressing the opinion that I would veer on the side of doing something about them rather than not doing something about them. And then they'll both sit down, and the fourth person will stand up and say, I think we should not do something about the aliens, just like the first speaker says. But I'm not necessarily agreeing with that first speaker because they didn't elaborate on how they're going to go about not doing anything. There's different ways of abstaining from stuff, you know. You can just ignore it, or you could actively do something but do it incorrectly. It's a bit like having a work to rule or something like that. Although, how would that work? I don't know. Who are we trying to stop? Like the aliens are our employees who we're striking against. Or maybe we're trying to prevent them. Maybe they're going to take us over as slaves. And when that happens, a work to rule might well be appropriate. Well, let's cross that bridge when we come to it. We haven't even formed a union yet, and we've no reason to. We've no reason to whatsoever. And then the fifth speaker will get up and say, how long more are we going to stretch out this crap, this absolute fucking crap on my podcast? What in the name of Christ? What in the name of... This is substandard. And then the fourth speaker will stand back up and say, excuse me, narrator, fuck off. Fuck off. Go and get back on that. Oh, get back on that horse you rode in on and go and ride it backwards to wherever you came from. We're trying to do some real serious survival of the human species business here, and you're coming in trying to make some sort of a nonsense story about it. No, get out, get out, get out. Get out of our meeting. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. Get out, 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 go. And then someone, of course, will say, do you realise you're saying that so automatically that it now just sounds like you're saying gout, which is meaningless. And then a sixth person will stand up and say, excuse me, I'm a doctor. The word gout is not meaningless. It's a very specific meaning. I could show you in a medical dictionary if you like. Gout is a lot of things, but it's not meaningless. It's not. It's just not meaningless at all.